Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I'll make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. It's Friday, which is the last day of the week. Shout out to every single human being who has got the fakest meeting in the world, because we all know what happens there. It's you booked that one about Thursday, 5 o'clock at your mate's house. Hey, listen, big business meeting. I got to get out. Meantime, actually, 3 beers in already. It's midday in South Africa. 3 beers in, 2 glasses of wine. We got a new person in studio today, new and old. He is aging and has been on the show before. Shimi Murukura. I mean, let's get straight to him. Man United aficionado.
Yes, hi. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us on the show, brother.
Any other ways you'd like to be described? I didn't really do a portfolio. I'm not really.
No. Man United aficionado. Ipoza ya kona. You don't say no more.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. Ipoza ya kona.
How would you translate that for somebody from Luxembourg?
From Luxembourg.
Who speaks English?
In English, eh?
Yeah.
The boss. Boss man. One boss.
The ultimate boss.
That's it.
Incredible scenes.
Yeah.
All right, Shimi.
And just so that people know, I'm on training as well. Meeting and then training. It's quite a long show. So
I got
if anyone
you.
asks,
Are you now? Should you have any sort of slip-ups, nerves, sweaty palms?
Yes.
You're now making it clear why you're feeling slightly.
No. Because you're saying that people have meetings,
Yes.
and that's why they've cleared their calendar. I'm in a workshop.
Okay, as far as the boss knows.
That's it.
Yeah. Because it's all about personnel development, I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so this is a part of it.
It
Now,
never ends. You can only get better.
how far can you take that lie? Because a lot of people will, get the card, the card to get in where you get to get your meals at conferences.
Right.
There's guys taking it that far.
Sure. No, you also need the tag. I've got tags sitting at my house. So you just print one, you make a number, you put your name and your company name.
Yeah.
That's good enough. It's all about the lanyard.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right. Good to have you in.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
always.
next to him, another man who supports Manchester United. Good week for United. Already won the treble.
You know it, boy.
Just the treble.
Just the treble.
Disappointing.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is in the house.
Live
CR7.
official, dog.
How are you
So-
feeling about that? CR7, Senzo. All right, so Good Friday for you.
Good Friday.
Still looking good. Came to hey, nice change today. You did comb your hair before the show started.
You're deflecting again. Please don't start.
No, it means you're feeling good. You value yourself. That's a very important
Thank
thing.
you. Today I'm on my tendency. Yesterday I've been told you've got Ginza tendencies. You've got all this.
Now, Ginza, how would you explain that to somebody from
Gangster from the streets.
From the streets, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had that.
An unsavory character.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
A nefarious character,
Yeah.
as they'd say.
Because it's
Yeah.
more broad than that. Eh?
Yeah.
Because yesterday, I mean, comb the hair, pal. But you look unbelievable today.
Thank you.
Two handsome guys on the couch.
You know what it is, though.
It's the weekend though, right?
It's the weekend.
Gotta get that fade, that lineup.
You know what it is. Put the fade a little high.
Triple threat.
There's some people sitting at the barber shop, but in a meeting.
Yeah.
They've got beer in one hand, talking to their barber, spilling the tea.
Ready for the weekend.
Ready for the weekend. Some people are, there's no turning back for some people. And it's spring, it's September, new month.
That is important. Shimi, we were just saying yesterday, or I was saying this, was a lot of relationships, because it's obviously spring now. Yeah. A lot of people haven't been out of their houses. I think a lot of relationships are going to suffer now.
Yeah.
Because I can only speak for men.
Yeah.
Men are going to see what other people's girlfriends and ladies out there who've been training and stuff in lockdown,
Right.
what they look like.
Yeah.
I've predicted just blood on the streets in terms of relationships ending. The first 2 months, spring, we're out. It's been 2 years of lockdown.
Yeah.
And I know what guys are like.
And now we can actually go outside, eh?
That's what
'Cause
I'm
in the last
saying.
2 years, we haven't actually had this level of freedom. I actually watched I watched a part of the show yesterday, and I saw what you were saying. Although you've got to remember that those girls are not hiding away from anyone.
Sure.
So if those guys have been in the house and they've got any social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they know what's out there. So I suppose they just have confirmation now. Now they get to see it.
Oh yeah, live and
Because they already know, right?
It's very different to see somebody, and also you can behave in a certain way when somebody's on Instagram.
Right.
Now even if you're going with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
If when you go to the summer party, we know black people especially. I hate to say it, we love a spring bash.
Fiesta.
This
A
weekend.
pool party, but not in the pool.
But this is why I don't go. I've always said this. I'll never go to a pool party where it's
Yeah.
too many black people.
Right.
Or just white people. White people, it becomes a swimming gala.
Yes.
And with black people,
It's just a
how
party
are you
on
in
the
a
pool.
Gucci suit in 30
Yeah.
degrees?
Yeah. Swag.
The drip,
drip
dog.
never dies.
Drip
dog.
don't die, dog.
Drip doesn't know the way of the chief. No,
Okay,
dog.
so now this is what I'm saying. Black people, you need white people. White people, you need black
Sure.
people.
And that could be across the spectrum, like in
Rainbow Nation.
anything, right?
No, in everything.
In everything,
So
yeah.
We're just now using. So even if you go with your lady,
Yeah.
right? You get there, crash, boom, bang, it's all friends.
Yeah.
And 6 of your mates, their ladies have kept up.
Right.
That's going to put tension at home. I don't care who you are.
Sure. Okay, so who benefits from that situation? Because on one hand, if he kind of nudges her to say, babes, other people's women are stepping up, then how does she receive it? Or does she see the true character in him and walks away?
I would say it's going to be blood on the streets because it's been 2 years of people being locked down. I just think people are going to act now.
Yeah.
Like
They're
when
gonna-
people have been denied something for so long,
Yes.
people aren't going to be on their best behavior.
Been a
So
while.
all I'm saying is thoughts and prayers to
T's and P's.
20% of relationships.
T's and P's.
So you're saying the first casualties are going to be after this weekend?
No, I'd say you'll see some crumbs.
Yeah,
but
rocking the boat.
Because now it's going to be 4 or 5 weeks of just being out of hand for people. Every
okay.
weekend is going to be murder on the dance floor.
Yeah.
There's only one person who can stop it though.
Jordan Pickford.
Only one person who can stop it.
Who's that?
Cyril. When you say fellow South Africans.
No.
Yeah,
No,
Ivan.
it's not happening. It's not
Yeah,
happening. It's not
Ivan
happening.
didn't.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
not
no,
happening.
no. We're not Germans.
Yeah.
We've behaved well for two.
There's a line, eh?
For 2 years.
Yeah.
You lied to us throughout.
Yeah.
You stole the 500 million. Forget it. South Africans, we don't play that. We've been so well behaved. There is no way you're locking down South Africans this summer. I'm not saying long term. Maybe next winter. This summer, forget.
Actually, last summer there was a little bit of flexibility
Yes!
too. So he understands where to apply pressure, relieve a bit.
And I think politicians now. So I'm not. I don't know what you're doing in Germany and Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Not in South Africa.
No.
Because it's okay if you're in Sweden and they lock you down. Australia, okay, whatever. You is here. We've done 2 years.
Yeah.
And you've kept lying to us and you're stealing money.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
still potholes.
It's incredible actually. They've gone for 2 years. I'm actually proud of us. We've
Gents,
gone
so
very far.
murder on the dance floor for politicians.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just know South Africans.
Right.
We don't play that.
Yeah.
But relationships.
And relationships. Oh
thoughts and
gosh.
prayers. It's blood on the
T's and
street.
P's, eh? Wow.
All right, folks. Shimi, welcome. Senzo, welcome to you as well.
Gracias, amigo.
Plenty of United talk, I'm sure, throughout the show. Is that I want to get into what we do every single Friday. It is the Friday Five. And this week, of course, the return of the prodigious prodigal son. Because Ronaldo's back and he's for real. Now, will he win the title? Different conversation. But he's back and wow, you have seen... It's incredible. I mean, him and Leo Messi have changed the face of entertainment news for 3 weeks. They've just taken over. Even if you don't like football, you've watched. So I thought I might talk about the greatest number 7s in the history of the English Premier League as far as I'm concerned. All right, Friday 5, here we go. It is... at number 5, listen, this guy never missed a penalty, by the way. He looked like a middle-aged father of 3, but still was one of the most talented human beings of all time. Tottenham tried to take him on. Rumour has it Manchester United tried to take him on, and it never quite worked because he was on a burger diet most of the time. But the talent was unbelievable. One club hero at number 5, the great Matt Letizia. I mean... listen, his goals, just go and, if you're young, if you're like Gen Z, Go and look up Matt Letitia. Just Google YouTube Matt Letitia. It's unbelievable because the volleys and the turns and the flicks. Listen, people love Dennis Bergkamp, right? The famous Newcastle goal. Matt Letitia has 15 of those. He has 15 of those quality goals, if not better. But yeah, don't be confused. He's not a father of 3 at the age of 46 because he did have a tummy, but he was unbelievable. I don't care what you say. At number 4, it was prickly at all times. Even his move was prickly. He's certainly one of the greatest talents to ever play. Did he do enough in terms of the length of production? I don't know. I mean, they love him at Old Trafford. From Leeds to York, that Yorkshire to Manchester, it was brutal. The way he moved was ugly for everybody. But it's what he was. He called himself the king. He will kung fu kick you, by the way, if you are sitting in the front row. The enigmatic but brilliant, ultimately, Eric Cantona at number 4. Because he is brilliant, right? But there's too much of a sharp side. He's not Ronaldinho. Like, I had to put up with too much with Eric Cantona to really put him any higher on the list. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, but you're not Leo Messi. I'm not putting up with that much unless I'm getting trebles all the time or doubles all the time. He was brilliant, though. You cannot deny. He is the output and the character. You know, you've got to say he was a force of a man. And yeah, the great Alex Ferguson, just like Carlos Tevez, he put up with him until it was enough. At number 3, the greatest cannibal to ever play in the English Premier League. He's the greatest cannibal to ever play in the English Premier League. Much like Jobstam, I only needed to see one season. I didn't need to see more. I needed to just see one season, and I said, okay, that is a different level. He made Danny Sturridge look as though Danny Sturridge belonged in the Premier League. This guy on his own, he may be the single greatest force I've ever seen in the Premier League. I've never seen one man elevate mediocrity like I saw in that season. It was unbelievable. Brendan Rodgers, he looked like Arrigo Sacchi because of this guy. Let me tell you how good he was. Obviously, as I said, he was a cannibal. He may enjoy Serbian meat. I don't know what he did, but he tried to take out Ivanovic from life. And he was suspended for 5 games, which went into that season. He still won the Golden Boot. He was out for 5 games. Everyone else, okay, I'm going to give you a 5-game head start to all of you. I'm still going to walk you down 33 goals in 31 games that season. I don't know how much you like that, but it's the Jobstam for striker situation at number 3. The greatest cannibal to ever do it. Luis Suarez. He is just, my God, what a player. Put your feelings aside. He was so real. At number 2, like, I have to have Min, because his production over the time that he was there, considering the guy he played with, and the other 2 guys that he played with, he was always overshadowed, but the reality is he was the glue. He was the guy up front, the grown-up in an invincible team. And there was nothing you couldn't get him to do. He was extremely disciplined, he'd tuck in, he'd drop back. Considering what he had with the ball at his feet, I mean, the low socks, the cut-off socks, everybody thinks Jack Grealish started it, but this guy had it before. Plus, what I loved about him, he had suede boots. I don't think I've seen it again. And when he had the silky touch that he had, Portuguese, French international, an absolute legend, Robert Pires. Invincible, right? In that invincible team, everybody gives everyone else credit. Like, he was the glue. Everybody else played around him and Henry, and Pires was just... And for 4 or 5 years, over and over and over again. Top 2, top 3, him or Ginola. Like that was the 2 that you wanted on your wing. So for me, Robert Pires, the second greatest number 7 we've ever seen. At number 1, we don't even need to waste time. I mean, he's... You can pick whoever you want. Leo Messi, Ronaldo. At this stage, to me, it's not an interesting conversation to me. But he's back, and English football has actually never in the Premier League era seen a Ballon d'Or winner. What I think doesn't get said enough is that he was 23 when he did it. His maturation process from I've come from Sporting, right? I'm taking over at Manchester United to I'm taking over world football. You may never see an acceleration like that because there wasn't actually an easy landing for him. Because the other guys were kind of... It wasn't really there around him like it was there for Leo Messi at Barcelona. That's one thing I have to say. Barcelona did an incredible job of Ronaldinho, Eto'o, and that bunch. Ludovic Juli, the transition phase, we dribble him in. Fergie said, hey, you come in, I forget the number he wore when he came, but number 7 straight away, let's do this thing. And now you're in from the second season. At 19, you're in now. And folks, the greatest killer in the world is expectation. those who deal with expectation and thrive. It's why I call Maldini, for me, I put him in the top 3 of all time, is when expectation is put on your shoulders. And Cristiano Ronaldo delivered far beyond any Manchester United fan. Far beyond you could have ever imagined. Because everybody says George Best, gold standard. David Beckham, he's one of our own. So they love him. England captain, will never see another number 7 like that. He's taken over the whole media world. Cristiano Ronaldo has made those two irrelevant. He's made them irrelevant. You could never have had those, and Ronaldo is on a different planet to David Beckham. It is quite incredible. Cristiano Ronaldo is a top 5 all time in the Premier League. Top 3, some may say, but just unplayable. He's the greatest number 7 to ever. I don't care what you think of Manchester United. There is nobody who has ever had his journey in this league. Quite incredible. Cristiano Ronaldo. Just brilliant. Just brilliant, Cristiano Ronaldo. Absolutely. I mean, listen, folks, you got to put it aside, right? You got to say to yourself, nobody's firstly had the professionalism and the trajectory to explode at United that quickly. My God, maybe Ryan Giggs is the last guy. And we know how long it took to find another Ryan Giggs. Because Ryan Giggs, Fergie had him at 16. All right, come in here. You're training with by 19, Ryan Giggs was the only thing that mattered at United and tore the Premier League apart for 5-6 years. And he wasn't even Ronaldo. Because Ronaldo went to the world stage and said, let's put it on my back. Just incredible. At number 5, Matt Letizia. At number 4, Eric Cantona. At number 3, Luis Suarez. At number 2, Robert Pires. And as the United fans say, he plays on the left, he plays on the right. That boy Ronaldo makes England look, and you know the rest. CR7 simply the greatest. So it's an interesting one for me. I'd love to hear from you. You guys are big United fans. I always hear George Best. Bex obviously had the furor. But I just think, I don't know if the Premier League, like I think Henry is the greatest the Premier League's ever seen, but I don't know if you've ever seen an animal like Ronaldo.
Yeah. No, he's untouchable. I mean, he's quite arguably, if not the greatest ever to play football. Probably the second best, or at least in the conversation of the top 3 or 4 players ever to do it. Like you say, he blew up from the age of 23, and just when we thought the guy had reached his peak, he just continuously got better with age, physically, mentality, flexibility across the pitch. It was unbelievable. It's unprecedented. And I mean, I just hope that we get to see another talent again like that in our lifetime. But we'd be asking a lot. I don't want to be greedy here.
Yeah, it's a tough one with Ronaldo because you know he was actually at his best for United when. Because people saw mostly now remember Ronaldo at Real Madrid when they did that he was actually more inside left forward then.
Yeah.
You know, that last season at Man United where I think people don't realise, I think he scored 31 goals in the Premier League, right? He wasn't playing right wing.
No.
He was playing right midfield.
Yeah.
And banging 31. He was so up and down and and to score 31, it wasn't like today. He wasn't Ian Robin where, okay guys, when we lose the ball, he's up and down with his right back, protecting the right back, dribbling the ball 40, 50 yards.
Switching to the left. I mean, you remember that game against Fulham where he was pretty much up front and on the right. You know, we were just struggling to break them down. And Fergie said, look, push further up, play on the left. And the guy just got the ball, carried on running at them, and after 90 minutes, cuts inside, knocks one into the bottom corner. So that flexibility, and at that age as well. I mean, not many players at 23, you can really say, okay, we're having more luck on the one side or on the other side, and the guy just dominates wherever you put him. Yeah.
No, just a different beast. I mean, Senzo, I know you're a big Beckham fan, but it's an insult to put David Beckham in the Cristiano Ronaldo conversation.
No.
Just in a pure footballing sense.
Absolutely. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves as well. I mean, you know what I mean? Beckham did his job, but guys, after Ronaldo, come on, guys. Like we don't even know it, because like what he was at United that last season, then he just took that and he said, look, I'll show you in Spain as well, and I'll show you in the Champions League. Like what he was that season where they win La Decima. Did you see what he did to the Champions League that season? 17 goals in that competition. That's unheard of. That is unheard of. And like exactly what you're saying, like he's very flexible. Like, we're not having luck on this side. Okay, cool. No, let me swap. Let me go play on that side. Guys, that guy was just a terror. In the air, he's going. Pace, he's going. You want me to shoot? Fine, I'll bang it. Like, I can't imagine playing against him. Like, that guy was probably so tiresome.
And you know, he's the jackpot LeBron James guy. Is that most talented people, and in real life as well. I'm not just talking about sport. Is that what you get often with talent is lack of effort. Often, 99.9% of the time is people are talented because it comes so easy. Why put a foundation in?
Sure.
Which is why you see most people in most companies, they can have a first or second great year. So, but they don't do the admin right. They never learn what the company policies are.
Yeah.
So when they have a bad third year, now the boss isn't tolerating so much that you come at 10 past 8.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, the talent's not enough. The grind.
More, yeah.
When you get Cristiano Ronaldo and LeBron James, it's incredible. His natural talent's there for all of us to see.
Yeah, it's
but the
that question.
attitude.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's
It's
what
the
really
hunger.
makes him.
It's the hunger.
Yeah.
It's the hunger. It's
The
like
professionalism.
like I come in and I do this. Like for me, I don't switch this off. This is me.
You know what a pleasure having a guy like that is in your personal life. Somebody you don't have to babysit.
Yeah.
So when somebody's an awesome friend, and then you never need to worry about where are they on a Saturday night. Now, having said that, the man next to you babysat me for 5-6 years. So,
But this is an all-rounder, man.
I know what being a terror for people is in a personal capacity. Is Cristiano Ronaldo's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like he's dating the supermodel who's an accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And the best accountants.
yeah. She
like
works
in the industry.
Yeah, she chooses not to work at Merrill Lynch.
Yeah.
She chooses to be a stay-at-home mom. That's what he is.
You know, that's what I was thinking about. Like when I was watching Portugal, I was like, this guy, the manager of Portugal, has been managing Portugal for a long time now, and I'm sure he doesn't say anything in the change room. He just lets Ronaldo.
You've seen the
Take a
games
lead.
where Ronaldo isn't playing and he's on the touchline and he's basically coaching.
Yeah.
What does the arrival of Ronaldo do for one Paul Pogba there, Shimani? Because it's two different people.
Right.
You know, like again, Paul Pogba is a good example of what happens when I think it's so easy to look like the guy.
Yeah.
Right? Because Pogba looks like the guy. What's
Yeah.
he, 6'3"?
Yeah.
60,
Yeah.
Power, box to box,
Runs,
give me the ball, the
silky
skill.
touch. Yeah.
But then what happens when we're playing badly?
Yeah.
Because now, can Bruno be Platini every game? No.
No.
Then it's actually easy for you. People are worried about Bruno. You've got the one-on-one, but I'm still not seeing it.
What is it? I suppose it depends on what approach you look at. So what it's going to do for his game as a player, as well as what it'll do for him mentally. So I would say things like the pressure will come off a little bit more. So I mean, at United right now, if Bruno doesn't do the job, who else are they going to look at? I mean, you could say maybe you look at Cavani for the goals, but he's in and out of the team.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he hasn't solidified his place in the team yet. So you're not really looking at Cavani, and going forward, the only other player you're really looking at is Paul Pogba. So in a situation where you have someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, where the expectations are there, they're massive.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody fully expects Cristiano Ronaldo to come in and start banging the goals. I'd love to see how many people have them in their fantasy team. It's probably 110%. People still building their team. Like, you guys have now jumped on fantasy to start playing to have Ronaldo as their captain. So I mean, everyone expects him to do the job. So when things aren't happening anymore, you're not going to Paul Pogba. It's going to help Bruno too, because no one's looking at Bruno Fernandes for the goals anymore.
Sure.
You're looking around. There's talent around you. There's Cavani as well, who we expect to start playing more. There's Paul Pogba. There's Bruno. It's really more of a mixture of players with less pressure on them. So it could. Personally, I hope it'll do him good.
You know what will be interesting to me? The last time Paul Pogba was asked to show some character was Sir Alex Ferguson when he was 19 years old and he chose to run.
Yeah.
Right? And people don't change.
Yeah.
Because now, like you're saying, it's a double-edged sword. The arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo gives you no excuses now.
Yeah.
Is for the longest I'm hearing from Man United fans, United's not being backed properly. He's not a holding mid. He's not a 6. He's not an 8. He's not a 10. Try him in every role.
Right.
Is now chief. Okay. Now, if you cannot give us a 2015 season now, right? 20, like you got to be Yaya Toure levels because there's Cristiano Ronaldo is getting double coverage. It's that's happening. That's going to be you alone. Can you give us 20 goals in the Premier League?
Well, I still ask why there is that level of expectation. Because you're asking 2015 of a player that hasn't come close to those numbers in the Premier League. I stand to be corrected. it's ridiculous to expect that of him. Like, wake up tomorrow and start doing it. It's good to see that the guy is being used in a role which does exploit more of his characteristics, right? Because we're not seeing him playing in the double pivot every week in, week out, and then asking ourselves, why is he not pinging in the assist anymore? Now, you know, clearly Ole understands that if we want the best out of Pogba, we need to be playing him a little bit further up, closer to the final third, even if it's on the left. Clearly he's saying, look, just put me in that position, give me a bit more of a free roll, and I'm giving you 4 assists in one game. You know? So it's great that he's being given the freedom. He's being pushed up into a position that he prefers, and he's clearly thriving. When it comes to the pressure, I'm not one to say we expect X, Y, and Z, because that's setting yourself up, if anything. But look, you're right. We can't give him excuses every other season. We'll put him in the role, hopefully. I really hope that he'll be utilized more in the role where we've seen what he can do. And then perhaps we can start having the conversation of what we come to expect from him.
Yeah, it's just such a tough one, dude, because for me, I want to like Paul Pogba, but once I've seen 5 years, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Because I saw Bruno for 6 months. I'm like, oh, that's what it looks like when it's legit. And for me, again, I'm going to go back to what I've seen is for 85 million pounds, pal, or 90 million, whatever he cost, is I don't want to babysit you. You should babysit them.
Yeah, sure.
And it makes me uncomfortable. That's what makes me uncomfortable about Pogba, is that you cost what you cost, pal.
Right.
And corporate companies do this all the time. CEO gets the most, CFO gets the most for a reason.
Yeah.
We don't want to babysit you. You do the babysitting.
Well, okay, look, I can't support the argument of what we paid for him, because at the end of the day, when you sign a player, you play him for what you expect him to bring, and you can't have expectations of him that he hasn't actually been providing. So you can't look at him at Juventus playing in the final third, scoring and assisting goals, and then expect him to do the whole job. When you bought him, you knew that he's the kind of player that thrives when there's people that are babysitting him or protecting him. So when you bring him over to United, don't tell him that he shouldn't be babysitted, because that's the player that you bought.
So it's a United issue more than
expectations issue. Anyone that has expectations of him, they should be realistic and based on what we've seen him do.
Exactly, based on past behavior. Because the thing is, like, as well, I mean, you see it, and we should have seen it come 28, actually even 2016 at the Euro. That, you know, when he has a guy that, you know, does the dirty work and stuff like that, you will see Paul Pogba thrive. You saw it in the World Cup as well. That N'Golo Kante is like, okay, don't worry, I got this. Like, you go do your thing. Go do your thing. But you can't expect him to double pivot every time now. Oh no, he doesn't track back. He's like, why'd you guys buy me to do that? Like, what did you buy me to do? What did you buy me to do? Because like now, it's like playing for Jose Mourinho. Play you at striker, ask you to go defend at left back, you know.
Because also not everyone some later.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Di Maria was saying in his rant about United, he was saying that Ronaldo and Mourinho once almost came to blows because Ronaldo didn't track back or whatever, and he's like, yeah, everybody runs for me and you don't run. Ronaldo was like, me run.
Well, we saw what happened at the end with Mourinho in the tunnel when they were saying goodbye at the end of the season there. They were standing apart. So that relationship was broken. And again, you know, this is what I actually love about Cristiano Ronaldo. There's no manager where he's never had output. You can never look at... Even if the relationship was fractious, Jose Mourinho can never say, the guy didn't give me output. Paul Pogba, okay, are you the guy? Because Roy Keane... doesn't matter, pal. I'm doing production. We change my midfield partner.
Sure.
You know,
this is me standard.
Frank Lampard.
This is me standard.
In the least stable club in the world, 15-10 every year. Don't worry, Roman. Like, that's not a talent thing. Nobody's questioning Paul Pogba. And ultimately, I think you've said a good thing. What should we expect of Pogba? Because I don't know what to expect now. Because everybody keeps telling me, no, he's a 6, you double pivot. Okay, that doesn't work. No, he's an 8, protect him. Okay, but I watched that happen. And that doesn't work. Man United's no better. Okay, he's a 10. Okay, but Bruno's better than him.
Okay, well, put it this way. You mentioned Frank Lampard. I like that example. Because Frank Lampard gave you the output, right? Frank Lampard was in a team where he had both Michael Essien and Makelele, right? So he had the guys doing the hard work. Would we have seen that same output if we expected Frank Lampard to track back? Would we have seen those numbers if we expected him to play,
a good argument.
You know, the deep-lying double pivot role that we're playing Paul Pogba in? I don't think so.
Well, you see, here's my argument, is that Frank Lampard, I saw him under Scolari, I saw him under... The numbers never changed.
Because they played him in the role that he thrives in.
But they all play different systems, is what I'm saying.
No, that's fine. But if you're playing Paul Pogba in a deep position...
Which is what? Tell me, okay, because 6 he's failed, 8 he's failed, 10...
No, but that comes down to what my man Senzo and I are both saying. That if you're playing him in a position where his qualities are not going to be exposed,
Yes.
you can fully expect that you're not going to get the output which you probably signed him for.
So this season, no more excuses, because now we've done what? Where we're going to play him left, like you said, advanced
Left.
role.
Well, that's what I'm
Left
saying. My hope is that he'll be given the freedom that he wants. The freedom that we see him play with for France,
Yeah.
and the same freedom that we see him thrive under when he is playing for United in that free role. Like we saw against Leeds, and that we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
That we've seen in the past when he's played slightly further up the pitch, and he actually delivers. I hope to see more there. We saw against Wolves, suddenly he gets dropped into the double pivot. Literally, the first half was chalk and cheese from
Yeah.
him. First half, he was very quiet and he seemed to be a little bit under pressure. In the second half, we saw he was pushed slightly further up the pitch, and he was the player that we know that he can be.
Oh, that's when he tried to break, what's the
Oh,
name's
I
leg
knew you were
for
gonna
the
say
goal.
that.
Are you referring to that?
Well, he slid
Wasn't
in
given.
into contact
It was a
sport.
50-50.
It's contact sport.
It was
Or
a
try to
50-50.
break his
Had
leg.
Man
was
United
a
gone
50.
back, Howard Webb's returned. Let's be honest, that Wolves game.
Look, I
I
wouldn't
told
have a
you.
problem with
Then it's
Howard
going to be
Webb.
Fergie.
That happened.
Everything's coming back.
Everything's coming back.
Guys,
It's
let's
a
be honest, we saw what happened there.
You're in trouble
The
now.
guy, that was a clear... I was at your house, actually,
Yeah,
speaking of which.
yeah.
And the man, like, I don't want to say that you're this, but you're a hypocrite, because
Yeah.
no matter how many times they show the guy's sock and shin pad move,
Yeah.
you can... And, I mean, you've got a lovely TV at your house.
Yeah.
The TV's massive. We could both see it, but the man couldn't bring himself.
To quote La Pioche, it was a 50-50, and you can't expect me to hold back.
That's it. Leave it in the referee's hands. We trust the man.
I don't want to speak on that, so...
What a bunch of scum. What a bunch of scum.
Which game was it? Was it against Southampton where they scored from after fouling?
No.
Bruno?
I hate this about Man United fans. Everyone keeps cropping that Southampton game. Is you don't justify one travesty
No,
by
true.
allowing another.
No, true. But the argument is that, look, we moved on. Move on, Jay. We never cried about it. We only bring it up because you guys are bringing this one up. We moved on, Chief. We were like, okay, we didn't play well. We drew the game. Okay, it's not going to be because of that. No, we still created the chances at the end of the day. We should have scored. We still take responsibility.
You know what's awesome is that United fans are now, you got Ronaldo, you got the money, this is when you see who people are. Money doesn't change you. It makes you more of who you are. The scum is back and I love it. I love it. I love the scum in the United fans.
We're made to keep quiet now. Hey, it's fun now.
Yeah,
This is
back,
great, bro.
It's back, man.
Just, next thing we
Disgusting.
need is Ole's out for he's got COVID, and then you just see the guy with the glasses.
Interim, and he's the interim
And
captain.
Fergie's interim. Oh, it'll be the best thing ever. I'll say confidence. How much we're beating Chelsea? 5. I'll tell you guys.
Yeah, look, I honestly think Varane is going to be a bit more influential than all the other players that we've signed. I think Varane is the big one.
All right, we've got plenty more coming up. I mean, but this is good. It's good. We want to see the scum come back so we can see who they are, because they've been humbled for 9 years now, and it's wonderful. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. All right, we got these two scoundrels and myself. We got plenty to talk about. No Flip van der Merwe today, by the way. He's caught up in other engagements. It's gonna happen. The guy's living on the south of France, on the coast, living that dream. Hey, that life. What you gonna do? Remember to like, share, subscribe if you're with us on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, plenty coming up after this. Good call. Good call. This is the right approach to your life. So, I mean, listen, I've got to tell you a quick story. I'm surrounded by scoundrels, right? And in the break, we were just talking a little bit about a few things. And of course, there's people who listen and invest in this show. Now, those people are called listeners and watchers. And there was an electrifying comment that came through on on the tubes. And Senzo, I'm going to need... You know, it's incredible what sometimes I forget that people actually are invested in the show. So they'll remember things from yesterday, the show before. Yesterday we had a conversation. Senzo, take it away, pal, because there's an incredible comment and we can come back to it and ask Shimmy's opinion as well.
So Henry, one of the viewers or listeners goes, "Thank you very much, guys. You listen to an MKT show and the next thing, the lizard Zuckerberg floods your Facebook marketplace with wigs and weaves." We did it.
Now that needs context, right? Is
Yeah.
that not everybody listened to the show yesterday, or they haven't had time yet? Because if you're listening today and you didn't listen yesterday, are you a good person? Do you care about world hunger?
No.
That's a
That's
what I
a
mean?
different argument, yeah.
But Shimi, you may not have caught it yesterday. You're obviously also, let's give a bit of context to what you do: property broker, moving and grooving, business guy, all round good guy, handsome face. So you're doing a lot. You're up to a lot.
Philanthropist. Some say.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. Well-rounded guy, Bozaya corner, philanthropist.
Yes.
Bringer of righteous and justice.
You're Iron Man.
The reason why inequality is going in a better direction in certain places. It's slow, but it's balancing out.
So that's just, and that's your one pager.
Yeah, that's just the top.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm humbled to have you here as incredible scenes. Incredible scenes. But now, yesterday something happened on the show. We were just speaking, so Senzo and a few of the guys broke to me, number one, how much Italian shoes actually cost. So we were speaking about, I don't know if you've heard of, so Shimi, another guy, educated at a very, very yuppie school in the northern suburbs of Joburg. Not sure if you've encountered Ikavela.
Ikavela.
Yes.
I know of Ikavela.
You've heard of it, but certainly never.
Mnandi boy.
Okay.
It's right. Mnandi. I don't know how much they cost actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Shout out JP Morgan.
That's it.
Now again, we have to be able to say this in 2021. Was that as abantu abamnyama, we're more into Italian shoes than Italians.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, so now, as you know, my mom's from Limpopo. So I just know from the Limpopo context. So I thought it was just the Pedis when they, when Pedi people leave Limpopo.
Yeah.
Or Polokwane in particular.
Yeah.
And they get to Pretoria, right? Or now Tshwane.
Yeah.
They think that they've done the 40 days in the desert with Jesus.
They've made it.
They are so much better than everyone.
Yeah.
But they bring what I thought was just Limpopo tendencies with the Kavela, with no shoes. With no socks.
That's the one.
And it's like, you live in Africa. First of all, that's disgusting. But okay, fine. That's a whole different thing.
I always thought they were wearing secret socks. I got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
No. So I like my cousins and them, they do no socks. But okay, I just would like to know from you two things. Was, am I being sort of, ignorant in saying it's a black thing across the board? Senzo's enlightened me that Ikasi, you rock Ikavela to show what you're
doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this.
Well, it's like a mating call, isn't it? Whether you're doing it or you're making it, it's a mating call. Yeah. You're trying to attract a certain species.
You went there.
Oh my Lord.
Absolutely. I mean, guys drink a certain beverage in certain places.
Yeah.
Not because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Not because it's healthy for them.
So
but
the ladies
it's
love.
a mating call.
That's what the ladies love.
You know what? I'm more of a take me there because I like stories.
Yeah.
Who are you actually talking about?
Let's start with Black Label, right? A guy will drink Black Label, maybe because he likes it.
Sure.
I once went to a party in Pretoria.
Yes.
Where
Or Tshwane. I mean,
Tshwane, sure. Fair.
We're trying to change the country.
Absolutely. Baby steps.
Tiny little thing called
And
apartheid. We're trying to move on.
You've also got you've got fans. You've got a large fan base trying to reach out to people. I want them to understand me. I'm not trying to show them how much I know.
Okay.
Really.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I go to Pretoria, and at this point, Castle Light is the prominent drink. So we get there, we look around, and we start ordering some drinks. And now we ask them, can we have some Castle Light? And we notice that no one around us is drinking Castle Light. So they say, there's no Castle Light. What? How do you run a successful establishment without Castle Light?
Yeah.
But I look around, and everyone's drinking Corona. So like, fine, bring us the Corona. And we got to chatting to the patrons, chatting to the waitresses. And I'm like, you know what? I've noticed something. Why is there no Castle Light? And I kid you not, the person I was chatting to, I can't remember if it was the waitress or a guy there. I kid you not, the guy said to me, you know what? If you drink Castle Light, you're seen as broke. So we have to drink Corona.
What?
On my life. And this is a guy from there that said that to me.
It's the truth, though, because the thing is,
But hold on. The establishment you were at, what are we talking about here? Tender preneur vibes or
No, about Namamnyama, right?
Yeah.
Badlali House.
Yeah,
There's
obvious.
sports on the TV, but it's predominantly house. I'd say no one older than the age of 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So vibey vibe.
Vibe.
But it's a real thing, though, because the thing is, you laugh.
People ordering in buckets.
No, it's a real thing, though, because, I'll break it to you right now. It's Corona. Corona's the
Oh, is Corona the new thing?
it's a bruh.
It is now, yeah.
Yeah, it's if you drink Corona, if you drink Corona, you probably drive a GTI or something nice.
Yeah.
And then it's the green bottles. They're also.
Okay, so it's still a thing.
If you drink brown bottles, bro, girls aren't gonna go near you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it, eh?
Hey, the streets are rough.
That's it. So
game's
it's all
changed.
about how you perceive. Mind you, this was before Corona. Must have been about 2018.
Yeah.
This happened. 2018, 2019.
Yeah, Corona was the.
So it's been a thing, eh?
So, because I left the streets in 2013, so I don't know
The streets
this.
don't change, my man.
R.I.P. We miss you, man.
Yes. So Favela and Corona, eh?
If you drink Cavella Corona in the hood,
So on.
Yeah.
you're untouchable.
But I mean,
You're
that's like
unplayable.
entry level. That's entry
level.
And then there's bottles,
There's bottles. Oh,
You would know the bottles.
Hennessy.
That's it.
If you drink Hennessy,
Okay.
baller, boy.
This is an incredible revelation to me.
If you drink Hennessy and then
Champagne?
yeah, Veuve Moet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moot.
This is incredible. Okay, so
and then,
Favela, eh?
and then you drink what if you drink like Scotch,
Yes.
Glenfiddich.
Sure.
Oh, so you have the bottle with you. You're buying the
yeah.
bottle. You know?
Oh, no. Straight up.
Straight up, dog.
Straight
you
up.
know, that guy. You don't play at that guy. Then you have to have Amapleta.
Then there's clubs where you can't buy a glass of Glenfiddich. You can only buy a bottle.
The bottle. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but okay, I'm okay with that situation. It's you come here, you
Absolutely, you're going there for that. Yeah,
You knew it before you came
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Absolutely.
I love that guys are going to bars and doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Now
Where you
tell
gonna find the honeys, bro?
Made Hennessy. Oh, you don't know what Hennessy does to people, bro.
you know what people don't want to hear anymore. Everything, and I try and say this to people all the time, but you know what? I'm a very annoying person, so nobody listens to me, and that's good. That's like I do listen to some of the stuff I say, and I go, that is ridiculous. 99% of it. But I've always said this, and I say it like my female friends don't understand this. No, we're just friends. They say they're just everything that men do
Yeah.
is to copulate. So ladies, wake up.
Yeah.
Like wake up. I'm so sick and tired of no, we're just friends.
He's just my friend. No, he's just trying to figure that out.
No, you're
what
not.
he doing? Yeah.
No, you're not, and
Yeah.
you know what? And now because we live in the time we live in, is people come with this like enlightened opinion, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's possible to be friends with a girl or a guy, like or whatever. If, I'm just speaking as a heterosexual man.
Sure.
Ladies, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like all that's
Must I
happening
say-
is if 4-4-2 is not working, right?
Exactly.
So now
Exactly.
I've got to play 3 at the back.
Exactly.
Because I need the wing backs to
Do you know what
overlap.
Do you know what happens with guys? And correct me if I'm wrong. As heterosexual. In fact, it should happen with every. When somebody walks in to a room or like you see them for the first time, in your mind you've decided if you're attracted to them.
Absolutely. In the
that
first
could-
like 10 seconds.
you've decided, am I attracted to that person? Now it's just about finding out if they have a nice personality or not.
Yeah.
Jimbo, I think we'll bring you in here. You know, you're obviously you're in a relationship, right? People yesterday, somebody phoned me after the show, like last night, and said, "I need to get off your back." And you know, what if their relationship really is going through stuff? And she said some other stuff. She said I was bullying you, so you're in a relationship. I'm gonna approach it that way as the big time journalist that I am. But just your thoughts, James, is lady friends, you know, you doing that whole lie of she's just my friend. I mean, have you ever considered it? I mean, you strike me as the type of guy where you would go out with another lady just for like cocktails. Like, who are you with? Your girlfriend asks you, "Oh, I was just with Shaz for cocktails." Who's Shaz? "Oh, just a friend." You strike me as that type because you go ahead.
So my one of my best friends is actually a girl. I knew that would invoke an emotion.
All right. Sorry, let's hear it. I just a rough throat. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the guy on the floor there, one of our engineers. You can't believe that one of my best friends is actually a girl.
All right.
Oh, James. Oh, does your girl know about this?
Say again?
Does your girlfriend know her?
about?
Yeah.
How long have they known each other?
Wait, how long have...
How long has the lady, your lady, so your girlfriend, and your bestie?
Yeah.
How long have they known each other?
I think they met a couple of months after we started dating.
Oh.
Wow.
How long has he been friends with the girl that he's friends with?
Jesus.
That doesn't matter. The best friend was there first, and then the girl only found out like afterwards. Do you know that is?
Yeah.
It's like fishing with dynamite.
Okay, James. I mean, again, I'm not. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Talk to me about that whole.
Wait. I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question for you guys, right?
Sure.
Okay, so, why is there this whole like, this? Is it like a perception that like you can't have a girl best friend, or you can't have a best friend of the opposite sex? Like, why is it? Why did you guys all just go like, whoa? Like, why is it a big thing?
James, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Can I ask you a question? And be 100% honest, right? So your best friend, right? Your best friend,
Yes.
does she get a lot of attention from guys?
Be honest.
Would it answer your question if I told you that she's also in a
In a
relationship?
relationship.
No, you didn't answer the question. You're not answering the question. Does she get a lot of attention from guys? So regardless of if she's in a relationship or not, will guys try hit on her?
So not
Yeah.
not are you attracted to her? Does she get a lot of attention
From
from
guys.
From other guys?
Yes.
What?
There we go. James, how long have you been friends with this girl?
Guys, I don't know what any. Why are we shocked? Can someone explain it?
I can guarantee. Hey, let me actually keep it.
I think Shimi has a question for you, James.
Do it.
How long have you been friends with this girl?
Since first year varsity, 2016.
2016, eh?
Yeah.
And were you guys single when you met?
Yes.
Nazo. There it is. There it is. Right there.
That's interesting.
There it is. James.
Huh.
James.
So you were both single, hey?
You're a dangerous man, man.
Okay, I've got one more question. His girlfriend watches the show, eh?
No, please ask the question. He's a grown up. He can answer it or not.
Has there ever been the slightest hint, not what other people say, but the slightest hint of one of you going, maybe, who knows? You know, buying the other one a Valentine's gift, maybe one person making a move, oh, don't worry, this will ruin the friendship.
No, actually.
Never happened. So she made a move on him. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jimbo. That's okay. Cool. It's a nice insight into sort of what a life. This
James
guy.
thrives on danger.
No, what a life this guy's living.
He thrives on danger. I've seen it actually.
Because you know what happens, right? And it's again, I can only speak from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that everyone does the romance part well in relationships? Because
Yeah.
this is quite an ugly thing to acknowledge.
Except for me,
that
obviously. I don't do the romance part well.
Well,
now that we're here, it's actually sorry. Let's just get into it because Shimmy, as long as I've known him, I mean, we've actually known each other since we were wee little things. But I mean, we've been brethrens properly since 2010, I think. Shims. So I offered James some romantic advice, which I know you know on a real level is ridiculous.
Right.
But
But
I
you mean
thought,
sarcastic, maybe?
well, I've seen Hollywood films.
Sure,
I
okay.
have mates. I have
enough.
people like you. Shimmy, solid bloke. Since you know, in the last decade has been in sort of two great relationships that I know about that are solid. So, and always solid bloke, right? Is that I said to James, right? Take your lady to the botanical gardens because I need to give you the full context.
Okay.
She messaged into the show,
Yeah.
right? Saying he could be more romantic.
Okay.
Her words, quote unquote.
Sure, okay.
Then, obviously, we spoke about it. Then I said, okay, you know what, Jimbo? Just an idea to spice it up.
Yeah.
Take her to the botanical gardens, go for a hike, and do the picnic vibes.
Yeah.
James told me, get the hell out of here, basically. Not with his words, but his actions, because he
Yeah.
didn't go,
Yeah.
right? So, do you have any advice, obviously, with you being the, you know, chomyabana?
Yeah.
You always keep it real with the ladies.
Yeah.
You're a solid bloke.
Yeah.
Just one piece of advice that, I'm not saying James has to take it, he won't.
Sure.
But let's waste this time by you maybe offering
So
just one romantic gesture that he could try.
I would
Can I
like
give
to.
input before he gives advice,
Yes.
do.
so that I don't look like a complete useless.
No, please do.
Right? So the only reason why I didn't take MKT's advice, Shimmy, is because surely it would be more romantic, or even just romantic, if I thought of the idea myself, right? It's not that romantic if I'm like, hey, you know, we should do this, but then it's not really my idea.
Well, James, that's actually exactly the point that I was going to make now. I was about to say that James did the right thing by not doing what you advise he does, especially on the show.
Oh,
Because she would be
yes,
like,
yes,
oh,
yes.
isn't this nice that we're going on Umbi's date?
Yeah, there you go.
And no matter how much she loves it, that would be her response.
Yes.
So
You
you
do
make
what
the right
Umbi
call.
likes, except with James.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tell Umbi I said thanks for the flowers and thanks for the gesture and thanks for the hiking trail suggestion. Yeah, so...
Do you see, that's why I've refused to give James, like, you know, my playbook on air, because now...
No, there is no playbook, James, and this is my other advice,
Rip
James.
up the playbook.
The one thing I would say, and I probably don't do this enough either, is act on what you think. So there's gonna be certain things where you think to yourself, I wonder if she would like this. And then you're like, I don't want to do it if she doesn't or mess up, you know what I mean? Do it. So like actually do it. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably know her better than anybody else. And
true.
you would know whether she likes it or not. So just do it. And trust me, even if you mess up and if it isn't something that she likes, she would highly appreciate the fact that you're doing something that you thought she might like. So act on what you think she might like and do it, dog. Don't just sit back and get lazy. Do it.
Jimbo, your thoughts?
I think that's the best advice I've received, mainly because it's not jumping down my throat, first of all.
Yep.
And secondly, it's world class. I buy into it.
You're gonna go. Okay, so you're gonna start. You're probably not gonna implement it because you wouldn't even. Okay, but
Maybe I already have.
Yeah, no. So but you're gonna take that on. So Shimmy, James, I've always told you this. Everyone else is gonna be nice to you. I ain't got no time for that. It's like I can see where this is headed, and it's tragic. And everyone wants to be nice to you. I'm not a romantic, pal. When things end and you're crying, you're gonna come back to me and go, bloody hell, you were right. And these other softies like Shimmy, you probably won't go to them. So for me, I'm here for you more than anybody. You just don't realize it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Think of it this way. It's like working out. I'm painful at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm painful at the time, but by gosh, down the road,
You appreciate it.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Interesting analogy.
So,
Guys,
but I hear you. Hey, being vulnerable is romantic.
Yeah, that's it.
Being vulnerable is actually the
is.
height of romance. So
Absolutely.
shout out to James, probably not taking that advice and being in the same situation in 6 months.
gentlemen,
Yep.
breaking news.
We've got
Breaking
something.
news. All
We've
right.
got something.
Huge breaking news show. What we got, Pops?
Oh, wait,
we're
why
actually
doesn't
a sports
Senza
show.
have one, actually?
What's that?
I mean, there used to be James.
Oh, no.
We need one.
Times have changed.
All right.
I miss social media with James.
Me too. Actually, I watched it for 6 months until I realized, okay, he's not coming back, is he?
All
So-
right. Let's get to the breaking news here.
Chile, Mexico, and Paraguay have asked FIFA to apply sanctions on the Premier League clubs over their refusal to release players early for this month's international.
All right, so put some
Matches.
context on that. Incredible story there is that essentially what's happened is basically if you're from a third world country, Europe has said, get the hell out of here. You can't even distribute vaccines. Forget about potholes. We are not letting investment. Sadio Mane is probably 100 to 150 million pound asset when you think of what he's worth to Liverpool on the global scale. Maybe 200 million. I haven't looked at the numbers, but he is an industry. Mo Salah could be $1 billion product. Liverpool have said, excuse me,
You're not going
we
anywhere.
send them to you. There's potholes in your country. We don't know whether you're bubbling. We don't know whether we can trust everything that's going on there. That's what essentially the Premier League has said. And now we're in a really interesting situation. I'll tell you why. Is that the IOC, for those who don't know, set the mandate for the entire global sporting landscape. And one of the first sort of issues on their docket and agenda is that politics and sport may not come from government. And now we're going to see how serious they are. Now we're going to see how serious they are, because now it's starting to, that's coming from government. That's not going to be a call. No FA is powerful enough or would dare come to UEFA or FIFA and start asking problems. And certainly no FA is going to challenge the English Premier League because they understand what is at stake. Because the Premier League is everywhere all the time, spending hundreds of millions of pounds everywhere all the time. And that's not because they're good people. It's because they want to find another Sadio Mane. That's the reality. So this is coming from governments around the world.
Yeah.
Expect Zurich to be hotting up right now. Somebody's phone, right, in Zurich,
Is burning.
right, at the head of FIFA, Seferin right now is about to be in more Zoom meetings than Kyrie Irving when he was with the lady from Sex and the City instead of playing a basketball game, which he gets paid $40 million dollars a year to play, but separate story. But Seferin's life is about to hot up right now.
Yeah.
Because this goes beyond the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This now we're getting into geopolitics.
Politics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I always hear, we remember it was the Caribbean, I forget which country there, it was Zambia, where the government got involved, and they were threatening Bafana Bafana as soon as the government got involved. It became clear that within SAFA, our government's getting involved in mandates. We saw what happened nearly with the cricket, that our government was getting involved, and that comes from that's not the ICC, that's coming from a different place. The IOC
So you're saying, listen here, guys.
say they don't like that.
Yeah.
This is a whole situation.
Yeah.
It's hot now.
So give me the countries again.
Chile, Paraguay, Mexico, Chile, Paraguay, and Mexico. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because I'll tell you where this doesn't work for those places.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like in South Africa, the FAs are so disconnected from the clubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like the FA and the Premier League where we hate each other, but by God, we need
have
each
to.
other.
We need
Yeah.
each other.
Hold each other's hands. Yeah.
I'm interested in what does this mean for, because you know what the Premier League clubs are like. Oh, Mexico, is this how we're doing it?
Yeah.
Let's shut down all of the Manchester United academies.
Yeah.
Because let's understand, the billionaires we saw now are in lock and step.
That's it.
Yeah.
If anybody didn't believe it and you thought, the United rivalry against Tottenham, rubbish.
We've seen it now.
We saw the European Super League.
Yeah.
They're in lock and step.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, guys, these guys aren't playing ball.
Yeah.
We're shutting it down.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it over 2 years so that it's not brutal. Do
Yeah.
we agree? Or whatever.
Closing
Yeah.
it down in Guadalajara. Cheers.
Yeah, all the charitable events, all
Cheers.
the academies, all the scouting
All
network
the
that they have.
all that
in-
partnership. You know, like Ajax and Ajax Cape Town, Ajax Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They say we nipped that in the bud.
yeah,
Today.
What do you think? Like, because now it becomes about business.
Yeah.
All of the, like you say, cutting ribbons and folks, I'm sorry. I know everybody wants to believe in the good of man.
Yeah.
And good of man is a real thing.
yeah,
The human spirit.
When Daniel Levy lays down $100 million
Yeah.
in Mexico for a funding thing, yes, it may come from the goodness of his heart.
Yeah.
But it's a part of his heart.
yes,
Yeah.
sure,
Shimi, you're an econometrist. Is ROI
yeah.
Return on investment.
at all times?
Oh, constantly, it's all about the bottom line. At the end of the day, as much as he's trying to be the nice guy or he's putting the front of what we're trying to do is affect things on a global standard. We're trying to affect economies or societies in a positive manner. At the end of the day, he's got a little academy in the southern part of Sierra Leone
Yeah.
because he's trying to see where he can pick out the next Sadio Mane
Yeah.
or a
next
player in
John
that
Toure,
region.
yeah.
Absolutely, Yaya Toure, absolutely. So at the end of the day, he's helping you, but he's helping you help him.
And so for me, my mind goes immediately there. I'm not even thinking about, like, hey, Mo Salah and who was the South American guy. So was Uruguay on that list? Because I know United.
Paraguay.
Uruguay, all right.
But Chile were the first guys to complain because, I don't know, someone said, that guy's not going there. Like, they're like, you're red list. You're not
Yeah.
going there.
So now, because now we're about to see the Premier League, because we've seen the billionaires now, they've been exposed, right?
Yes.
Is they're happy to flex their muscle now.
Sure. They're all in one WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
This came out before it came out onto Twitter. So they'll nip it in the bud very quickly.
So what happens now? What do you foresee? Do you foresee eventually Tottenham go, all right, or whoever, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid, all right, how much do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the truth is they actually almost have to do that because we grew up in a time where international football was a big thing. I think we've all grown up in a time where we've gone from a transition from international football being the main thing into club football. We've watched it change.
Yeah.
And there was a time where international football would say, we want our player.
He's
And
coming
whether
now.
and whether the club likes it or not, if Blackburn don't want to give you Benny McCarthy, our not choice, he has to go.
Yeah.
And you know,
And now we know where their bread is buttered. Now we know where all the money is. Now we know who controls football in general. So if they take a passive approach to this, it's still going to be a grey area. I think the billionaires are going to want to nip this right now and let you know who runs the show.
but we've seen this happen with AFCON because you remember AFCON used to be in January, February, and guys used to go. Now AFCON is in June, July. Who wins?
Is that what's going on? Is it in June?
No.
It's in June, July.
No, that was just because of where was it held? It was held in a certain area where
Where it was cancelled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Then they had to
Oh,
move it.
Morocco. And then,
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
for
hold
1
on,
year.
let's check what-
and then AFCON came back and said we can't do that because it doesn't make sense for the African continent to be having it in June though. Like in terms of the weather, it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
In the southern hemisphere.
okay,
at
no,
that time. it's in Jan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Jan.
So you will
Yeah.
be losing your players, and even for
Yeah.
that, I tell you what this does. I see what they're doing is
Okay.
the CAF is looking at this very carefully
Yeah.
because believe you me, if Liverpool
Say no.
by December
Yeah.
are 2 points off the pace, right, and City are stumbling and Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, book it now, are going absolutely
Yeah.
No way.
Well, on top of that, what they make it to the semis or the final of the AFCON, and then they must come back and potentially quarantine.
for 14 days. Which,
While there's Champions League, because it's 6th February.
There'll probably be a clause in the contract that says all the time that these players missed at Liverpool, your FA must pay for that. Then you pay for
and
their
we've seen
salary.
that before.
Absolutely.
Because when players get injured on international duty, clubs have now said,
Yeah.
"Singena."
This 2 weeks that
fix
he's
it.
away, you pay his wages.
Listen, we're going to keep talking about that on the other side because I think there's still some ground to cover there. Hey, who knew? These scoundrels, they do know football. And scoundrels purely because they're Manchester United fans. Actually, as human beings, both are two of the nicest human beings I've ever met. In fairness, I've met 10 people, so it's not saying very much. But you
Still an outlier, my man.
You get it.
give a dog a bone.
All right. Still an outlier, though. 20%.
Give a dog a bone. All right, if you're with us on YouTube, remember, please like, share, subscribe. If you're with us on the tubes. Otherwise, the podcast is available on cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Listen, we'll carry on this issue because I think there's much to cover, and we'll get into fantasy football and a bit of social media on the other side. Right on. Right on. I'm redefining broadcasting.
You made the right decision.
I'm redefining broadcasting.
Yeah? Tell us more about that.
You can't do and tell about it.
The telling isn't the doing.
I'm in the doing. It's
Yeah.
your duty to observe. You
Fair
know what
enough,
I mean? I
fair
can't do
enough.
both.
Yeah.
It's not actually neurologically possible to hold two exact positions at the same time. So I'm just redefining an industry, an art form.
And it'll have its own definition once you've rejigged it.
I'm open to outcome.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Riska boy.
I'm open to outcome.
All right.
Yeah, all I know is I'm redefining
You're crawling so others can walk,
You know what I mean?
That's
so
it.
others can run,
Yeah.
so others can fly.
You know
That's
what I
it,
mean?
boy. That's it.
So
My guy.
you know, I'm not saying I should. I am saying I deserve a statue at some stage while I'm alive as well. I am not the guy who wants a statue when I'm dead.
No.
No, give me flowers. What my mother always says to me: give people flowers while they're still alive.
Sorry, I just saw something very funny on Twitter right now. And it's got to do with a certified lover boy, right?
Okay.
Is that a series?
Oh no, it's Drake's album. We spoke about it yesterday, right?
Damien Hirst. Shout out! I've got a Damien Hirst piece. In my house.
Exactly,
Love it.
and you said exactly that just then. So sorry, this is very funny. So Musi Maimane's comments about Drake's album, right? Puts a screenshot and everything, right? And then some chick goes to him, "Batung, you're a politician." And do you know what Maimane said? So you think we just listen to Nelson Mandela's speeches on repeat?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what?
Friday. People are gassed, bro.
I love
Yeah.
it.
It's spring.
Do you maybe want to give some context of who Musi Maimane is for our international listeners?
So Musi Maimane was the former head of the leader of the opposition party in South Africa. So the ANC is the ruling party, the opposition is the DA, and
Yeah.
he was the leader of the DA until recently, or a year or two ago. And then that's what he said. So he's a big deal in SA politics.
So I'll give you a little bit more context because Senzo's sitting on the fence a bit. They kind of positioned him as the next great Obama hope.
Yeah.
And okay, whatever. Politics is all nonsense. They're all a bunch of dickheads. There's not a single politician I have respect for anywhere that's ever been born. But they positioned him as the next Obama. And just so you get some context, I mean, Obama started doing the whole Lil Wayne thing and having, which is so weird to me.
Maybe you want to be
Yeah.
the next Lil Wayne.
But you know what's weird to me is that actually when we think art should be it's the last space of rebellion. You know,
sure.
so we know Hollywood's a joke, all
Yeah.
of it, like tosh, or the
Yeah.
lot
Tosh,
of it is, you know. So I interviewed a lady, a really interesting lady, Jane Fonda's daughter, and I mean nobody has insight like her. You know, her mother is royalty in there, you know. And she was telling me, do you know? I don't know if you know this, but in film, no film can be made in Hollywood and passed without the American military passing it. And I'm not saying that. You can go and look it up.
Serious?
Tinta Talk, by the way, shout out to another show of mine, is you can go and look it up. Vanessa Vadim, incredible woman. So just so we know like how deep the
Politics.
political hands are in Hollywood. No film can be passed without the American military.
But why is that
looking
though?
at it. I guess, listen, you don't want your
The message.
society getting messages
Yeah.
that are anti-American.
Yeah.
Right? Power's absolute,
Yeah.
is my opinion. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
hi, Jay.
I find this extremely interesting, right?
Yeah.
So wait, you said it can't be passed?
So no film you see from Hollywood hasn't gone through American military eyes. Yeah.
The stamp of approval.
So they have to review the movie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For what reason did you say? Sorry.
I mean, I don't know.
Propaganda.
Hey, we've done a
Yeah,
full-on
pretty
politics
much.
show.
That's the only way to say
I
it.
mean,
Propaganda.
Listen,
Propaganda.
politics is everywhere. Like you got to keep, you got to keep your society on your side. It's very easy. Like, which is why I guess all of the indie films, they've got to be on Netflix or whatever. That's not, like we all think, Netflix. It's not that big because most people still go, "What's the blockbuster?" Like, I'm not into music, but Drake's definitely not the best rapper in the world, but there are decisions made at executive levels that he's a good product. It's like
He fits the agenda.
and we know this. Like, I don't think I'm being like
Yeah.
conspiracy.
No.
I mean,
But also Vanessa said it as
I was
well.
about to say,
but also
it's a fact.
but
as far as
you
you're
look at
concerned.
things like the Third Reich. Otherwise, you get a thing like Germany circa 1936, 1933.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a Joseph Goebbels. Every society has a Joseph Goebbels.
Tell the lie, and Goebbels said, tell the lie enough times, eventually it becomes the truth.
That's it.
So, but I'm like, whatever, people are doing, we all have to make a living. I'm not going to be, shut down Hollywood or whatever.
Sure.
We are where we are.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. We're like,
And people make their choices, right?
but we got to do what we got to do.
That's
Like,
it.
I only have 80 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 50 quality ones, and then
Sure.
you cling on for 20. So
Yeah.
like, what am I going to do? Try and fight global government? No thanks.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm up to. I just want to have a low fat latte.
Yeah.
Vibes, eh?
Yeah.
You just want vibes, as James would say.
You know what I mean, pal?
Yeah.
So shout out to everyone. Like, hey, do you know any people that are like just everything's big picture all the time?
Oh, who's the politician or chick? What's her name? She's Norwegian, eh? Against the climate change.
Oh, that chick.
Well, I mean,
What's her name again?
She's boring, bro.
but I just meant more in your personal life. Like,
Yeah.
do you, and I avoid that at some stage. Like, not everything can be sort of ethereal and existential and.
No.
It's not that, as they say, it's not that deep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
It's not that deep.
okay, dog. Yeah.
I just want to visit my mom every 3 months.
It's not that deep.
I probably wouldn't know people like that because the moment you see that, or I see it,
Yeah.
the vibes just deflect. So I've probably
take the
met
fun
people
out of
like that,
things.
and I find that I just don't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird to me. Also,
Yeah.
like middle class people, like, you don't really need government.
No.
Like, stop whinging about it.
Do you know what I call
All you're
people-
doing is making excuses. And listen, I did this. Shit, like I said, like, I have no shame, right, of what I was.
Yeah.
Like, Shimmy was a huge hand in me when I keep telling people I was a delinquent. He was a big part of me kind of stabilizing in life. And it's like, so I did it. Where it's like, I don't really want to do the stuff that I could do because I'm middle class. And my fridge, because my mom works like a dog.
Yeah. Tirelessly.
There's always food in there.
Yeah.
There's always food in there. And then I'm you know what, that effort thing.
All you
I'm
do
gonna
is
be a
just eat,
dickhead
sleep,
for
and
10
poop.
years.
That's it.
Yeah.
All you do is just
No,
eat,
that's
sleep,
what I
and
did
poop.
for 10 years.
No, but like the thing is, like, do you know?
At Shimmy's house quite a lot.
Yeah,
Actually.
do you know what I tell people? I tell people, like, a lot of people, they want to fight people, the problems of the world and stuff. And I go, people on capitalism, people always love it. No, but capitalist this. That time the guy's got a great job. He's living in a very affluent suburb. He's got, very nice car, very nice things. And I go, do you know what? You're like a mob wife. You complain about what your husband does.
Crawl.
But
But you got no problem
enjoy
wearing
it.
that mink coat.
Yeah.
And
People also need to have something to complain about.
and I'm not a moralist as well. Like,
Yeah.
life's like, okay, so whoever grew up in the trust fund house, I know there's perfect people who, like, oh, my dad, oh my God, my dad only got me a Mini as my first car. Like, those people, like, that's fine, because life's perfect. Like,
Right.
but life's not perfect for some
Sure.
of us where we came from. So I'm not a moralist.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you're middle class, let's crack on. Pal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Move on with it.
Move it, keep it moving like what? A
Swiftly.
drive-by.
That's what I'm saying.
Quick, fast, bro.
I just want to have a carrot muffin with my cappuccino, pal.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, there are big
Skim
problems.
milk.
Or go to some kid in Africa and hey, hang in down.
I can get it out.
Not all
come
the
on.
time.
Sure.
Like,
Not all the time, yeah.
I
Push the
acknowledge
wagon.
that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
disaster.
Yeah.
But sometimes, sometimes I just want to put on my freaking Nikes and walk down the road and see Gladys and
Walking down the
talk
street
about
with your
her
Nikes.
biggest problem,
Yeah.
which is the fact that
But what about the people that made those Nikes?
Get the hell
Hey,
out of
listening
here.
to your iPod.
it's my privilege.
Yeah, you're privileged.
Yeah.
Shocking. What, you're just gonna wear those?
Shout
in front
out
of
to
me?
you showing your old iPod.
Yeah.
Imagine.
James, you heard of a thing called an iPod? iPod. It's a yep. Go ahead. I'm not sure you've heard of it.
I actually owned.
When?
I actually owned, I think, 2 or 3 iPods.
How
No,
old
it's
are
the
you?
color. It's the color
There you
one.
go, bro.
No,
I
it's
swear,
not.
I even owned I had the, you know that one that's like you can adjust the.
No way, the
thing with your thumb?
clicky one.
Now, James, I'll tell you what this does because you must have been what 11, 10 when you had that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
this puts in perspective, and I have to ask you because I do know, like Shimmy's an incredibly close friend of mine. I know how he treats his mother, treats her like gold. Is you still, after your mom bought you all of the most awesome stuff, because those things back then cost
Yes,
a
like
down payment on a nice house, right? And you just had it as a luxury as an 11-year-old, and you still can't stand the fact that your mom goes for a walk on the beach today. What's going on there?
I never said that I couldn't stand the mom.
Okay, do we need to go back to it? Because I'm happy to discuss it, James. I'm happy to go back.
Run that clip,
Hold
run
on,
that
let me
clip.
give you the context.
he's got whiskers on his face.
Hold on, I want to give the context. So, I can't remember if it was during the show or just before the show. James's mom sent him a WhatsApp. So like with, I think they may have been having like a champagne lunch or whatever, you know. Now keep in mind, she's moved 1,200 kilometers away from James. That's a whole different thing. We can talk about that another time, about the reasons for that. He's possibly the worst representation of Afrikaans people alive. Okay, but anyway, that's a separate issue.
He could be, sure.
But now his mom sent him a picture. Okay, yeah, we're at lunch, champagne life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And James like, oh, can't believe my mom's. I'm like, this guy.
Good for her. He said good for her, right?
No chance.
She must be enjoying it, right?
No, no, no,
She's
no,
worked
no,
hard,
no,
she's
no, no,
earned
no,
it.
no,
That's
no.
surely what he
Whoa,
said.
whoa,
Like,
whoa,
look, bro, my mom's out having lunch.
whoa,
Not on
whoa,
that
whoa.
tone, no. James.
Whoa,
James is
whoa,
the type.
whoa,
James is
whoa,
the type,
whoa,
bro.
whoa.
Yeah, I'm
Whoa.
backing you,
All right,
James.
let's hear it.
Please.
Whoa.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, okay, this story already seems far-fetched because you have called me one of the nicest people on the planet multiple times. One of the nicest people on the planet wouldn't do that, first of all. Secondly, right, you left out a very crucial part.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so when I got the message or the photo, I can't remember what it actually was. I think
Yeah.
they were on the beach or something.
Yeah, but it was champagne on a table.
Yeah, they were somewhere. Anyway, when I got the message, I did it must be nice to
Yes.
11 o'clock in the morning
Ew.
have a champagne. Yeah, but guys, obviously, I don't resent the woman for having a champagne breakfast.
Must be nice, he said.
Yes, and the tone.
Yeah.
Oh, must be nice.
Yes, that's what he said. Must be nice.
Yo, James, I think it's because I put him on a pedestal, eh? Yeah, I need to get to know you more, James. Yeah, I thought too highly of you.
Shimmy, you're also the same person that thought I was mature.
Thoughts, as you say.
Yeah, I'm 12.
I'm learning. Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
12.
I'm not perfect, clearly.
This is the kind of monster I got producing my sports show. It must be nice. To his mom. Again, iPods, by the way. He said
Yeah, he said 3. He
iPods.
said at least 3.
And
iPods,
You know
yeah.
who James is, that guy.
Yeah.
Mom, the new one's out.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
I was never that
Steve's
guy.
got it.
Bro.
No.
James,
And he
no.
hates people that
No,
take
no.
off their tops. But
James, does that still work?
No.
No, Mom, it's working perfectly.
I just,
But it's not color screen.
Yeah.
it's not touch.
Yo, I don't know the touch one.
I was
Gotta
never that
upgrade.
guy.
Must be nice.
Probably got that thin flat one that looks like an iPhone.
Chief, at this stage, imagine, I've thought about James's lack of gratitude, right?
Yeah.
Is that, imagine being a woman, right, in the corporate world in South Africa. I mean, she would have worked through probably late 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Imagine being a woman in the corporate world. She worked in the hospitality industry, which is
Oh,
a boys' club galore.
Well, 80s, 90s.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
She's now getting it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's
Imagine
doing it, yeah.
to get to the sort of executive level as a woman in that business.
Yeah. Wow.
So and
She's
the
taking the punches.
and James's Saints Didions lifestyle.
Yeah.
Hey, probably has 2 iPods of the same model, more in a different color.
Oh, man.
Because for Tuesday, must be nice.
Must be nice. Oh, Jimbo.
Gentlemen,
There's
it's
more.
hot, it's
Is there
But
breaking
wait,
news?
there's more.
it's hotting up.
All right, let's move off. Let's move off. Sorry, before you go, let's move off James's extremely ungrateful ways as he grows up into an adult. And again, if I was his mom, because you said something brilliant earlier to James, was nobody will know you as well as those close to you.
Right.
So we have to, at this stage, and it's certainly not something we're going to address now, is address the fact that James's mom didn't move away about the Afrikaans thing. I'm just scratching the surface.
Right.
Yeah.
She remembers the terror.
Yeah.
So she's been waiting forever. It's like, as soon as this guy can afford his own loaf of bread,
I'm
I've done my
bouncing.
part. I've done my
Deuces.
part.
And it's not enough to just kick him out of home and live in the same province.
Oh no.
Don't give him the option.
I don't want him on Sunday at my house.
Yeah.
Washing his clothes here.
Because what's nice
me
now,
washing them.
and I'm on James' mom's side here,
Yeah.
is she can control her emotional condition. He has to fly to where she lives. So
Yeah.
she can do a good 2-3 day preparation of, okay, he's going to be here.
He's
Let's put
landing.
away the nice china. Let's, you know what I mean?
Hide the new iPad because he's gonna
Yes.
say, "Oh, it must be nice."
Yeah. The snide comments.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Probably even cover the new TV that she's bought with her retirement money that she worked for, that she
Yeah.
wasn't grateful for.
Goodness.
So this is...
Yeah.
Shout out to James's mom.
Shout
for
out to
being-
James's mom.
That's
man.
why she was an executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trust, when she leaves like that, she actually knows that I've raised an independent man. So she's backing herself.
Yes.
She doesn't need to be close to make sure that he knows to butter the bread on the right side. You know, did you
Yes.
buy the all gold jam? I know the other one makes your nose run a little bit. We're done. You can butter your bread. I'm out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I trust that you can take care of yourself. Shout out to James's mom.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
ladies run this country.
Yeah.
Because we know the single mom syndrome's real, and you have this kind of shout out, James.
Shout out.
Incredible when
Man.
you see that sort of lack of gratitude. It's amazing. But what a woman! What a woman! All right, breaking news. We're moving on to people that are grateful, and I'm grateful to have Senzo here because he's got breaking news.
So remember what we were talking about before the break?
Yeah.
Now the plot thickens. Tottenham and Aston Villa are embroiled in a new club versus country row as their Argentinian players risk missing out on the next two Premier League fixtures.
Where are the players? Have they gone already?
I think they've gone because they've got
must.
Giovanni Lo Celso in an Argentinian jersey.
Yeah.
At training.
Not a trade. He's playing a match.
He's in the match. He's in Argentina, basically. That's the answer to your question.
So this is the plot thickens, my man.
And Aston Villa, it's their
Tottenham.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Aston Villa's
Emiliano
the-
it's
Martinez.
Martinez.
So wait,
Yeah.
did they leave before this was sorted out?
Chief, they said Argentinian FA said Wazan Izodala, they said sharp. Now Tottenham and Aston Villa are saying Argentina. No,
It's unlike Daniel Levy because I would imagine it's a PR stunt. Look, we'll let them make their own decision, apply enough pressure for them to change their mind. Same as Cavani with
now they're at
United,
risk of missing two
Premier League games.
And who are Tottenham's next games? Let's see
Listen,
that.
let's also be serious. Is that this does matter because we've seen what the Premier League is now.
Yeah.
If you lose 3 or 4 games, you're out of a top 4,
Yes.
top 6. Because Aston Villa aren't playing this
It's
year.
a lot. I mean, you could be out of Europe. Aston Villa out of Europe entirely. There's even the conference.
Let's forget about the top 4 for a second.
Yeah.
You know, there is a rest of the league.
Sure.
Like,
No,
we
sure.
always-
No, when I say out of Europe, I'm going post top
Yes.
4.
Yeah.
You're talking 5th and 6th and the Conference League as well.
And,
Oh snap!
you're also just before you go, Senzo, you're also out of the like Sky. We've seen they will flex the viewing.
Yeah.
We'll change it to Tuesday if your players are rubbish.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
not putting the best product on TV,
Yeah.
well, you won't be on TV.
Yeah.
And
Not
interestingly,
shy.
I was reading was that they don't get. You only get money for the games that are on TV, like the proper money. It's not just
This is the
a Sky
package.
package. It's
Yeah.
very, very interesting how that actually
Yeah,
works.
that's why they always announce which teams are going to be shown live. And there's a handful of teams that are always going to be broadcast live. Yeah.
So they're saying next two fixtures, right?
All right.
So the fixtures come back on the 11th of September, right? This is
Right.
Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
So Tottenham play Palace on the 11th of September, right?
So London
Nice
Derby.
and London Derby. Yeah.
And then on the 19th they play Chelsea.
Nice. Wow.
So that's why
those are the
Tottenham,
two games.
yeah, that they that they're at risk of missing.
And so who are the Argentine players for them?
Spurs, eh?
Lo
Giovanni
Celso,
Lo Celso.
Romero, and they just spent
Yeah, Lo Celso and
they just
Romero.
spent the GDP of South Africa on Romero.
Yeah.
He's
In our
supposed
best
to
year.
be getting Eric Dyer out.
Yeah.
Why has he played though?
That's what I'm saying. Why hasn't he played?
No, he hasn't though.
No, I'm saying you got to ease him in. I mean,
Sure.
it's the Premier League.
And this is the when you need him, eh?
yeah, especially this is the week you'd probably want him.
Yeah.
Training,
Yeah.
you know, get your hands on him.
You're
Say,
right.
Chief. This isn't Spain.
Yeah.
2 touches.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
where did he come from?
Italy,
but
Atalanta.
So it's not.
Yeah.
And Villa complaining because of the same thing. Because Villa on the 11th of September they play Chelsea.
Oh wow. And they're possibly their best player.
So, but can
They
you
play Chelsea then Everton.
hold on? We have to consider something. The important part here. Did these guys leave before this matter was sorted out?
This is what
This
I
is
need
the
to
thing.
understand.
So, but now what it tells me is that I think the FAs have gone, no. Just come, guys. We'll sort it out.
Yeah.
Because the players are biased to the money.
Yeah.
Like, please don't think players are Argentina and kissing the badge.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Sure.
But that's the
So who said to the players leave?
So I don't know if I
That's
agree
what
with
I mean.
that part. being biased to the money, because unless he's shown that, unless he's shown and told that this is going to affect the money, in his mind he's going, why can't I go help my country qualify for the World Cup? Because we know certain countries or players are loyal to the badge. So he's saying, yeah, and then I'm going to lose my squad in that Argentina, my place in the Argentina. But he isn't aware what effect it's going to have. I blame the agent.
But then again, not everybody's Ronaldo, because you know what happened with Ronaldo now, right? He conveniently got suspended and he got released early.
No, but he wasn't on a red list country.
Where was he?
In Portugal.
Yeah, but
Bruno Fernandes is going to play the next 2 games.
But still. you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
come home, get involved.
How convenient. It is set up for the...
Unbelievable. The
Suspension.
conspiracy
And he
theory.
slapped the guy, right?
No,
What was the
he
suspension?
scored. He took off his jersey.
And that's the one where
Yellow
you're
card.
making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, he took off his jersey.
Get a yellow,
Guys, it's the
Cristiano.
world record goal. I mean, you guys.
No, the world record goal was to equalize.
The first one, yeah.
So he was just. But listen, he scored in the last minute.
It's the winner, yeah.
It's
It's
the-
the winner. It's,
But
yeah.
this is going to be an absolute mess, because I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying is this. Because, again, billionaires never lose.
Yeah.
Daniel Levy, I know people think he spent
Yeah.
£50 million on Romero.
Yeah.
If Romero does this again, there is no way Daniel Levy paid all the money up front. And there's no way a guy like that hasn't thought of every stipulation, COVID, blah, blah, blah. If the guy... Chief, he will cut you tomorrow.
Daniel's not going to be dictated to. Not a chance. We saw what happened with Kane. He's not going to get dictated to by his players. You're right.
You know who I worry about is the players.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now you're caught in having to choose making a living or having your people love you.
Yeah.
It's tough now.
Because that's tough. Like you say, we know with the South American guys
Exactly.
is when they go home, even, I mean, you've heard English guys come out and say how surprising it is when those guys come back and how the international vibe is. I was reading Rio Ferdinand's book years ago, and he was saying he was always surprised at how the Latin players love playing for their international.
Yeah.
Rio used to dread going to the England thing because of the derbies. You know, Liverpool, there were all factions in the
Yeah.
England dressing room.
Yeah.
So it was a really interesting thing to read that, like you say, I think you make a good point. The South American guys are into it.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
heroes at home. Yeah.
Yeah, because you've seen it. You've seen it with Maradona. You know, every time Maradona scored against Italy, one game. What did Napoli say?
Yeah.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna happen. There was another guy who did that. Was it a Ukrainian?
Yeah. Where they cancelled his contract.
Yeah,
And a Korean guy.
Yeah,
Korean
and then
guy.
I remember the Korean guy.
Yeah. Korean guy did 2002
Italian-
2 World Cup.
World Cup. 2002 World Cup said quarterfinal. Cheers, Italy. They said,
Okay.
don't come back.
Don't come back, son.
No need.
It's real. It's so real.
So, oh man, the players are the victims here.
They are. They really are.
The
Yeah.
players are the victims here. Although, sorry, you got to choose. For me, like you said, what did you say? The agent just now.
Yes, yeah, because someone's gonna be over his shoulder. I look, I'm guessing things here. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I feel like the players aren't fully aware of the ramifications of their decisions. Because you're
Yeah.
right when you say that the numbers are what actually dictates their actions. So if he was told that, listen, it's not just about going to go play, maybe quarantine a little bit. It's not about the fact that you have to quarantine. My friend, you're gonna miss 2 games, and this is could affect
Chelsea.
you, and it could affect your career.
Yeah.
Like the big picture is what's being affected here. I feel like it's just not been communicated to him effectively.
Because the last thing, billionaires want people who solve their problems, not people who
cre-
add to
create.
their
Yeah,
problems.
not the ones who create.
Like me, you know, I'm mucking about in life.
Yeah.
Billionaires the only thing you can do for Jeff Bezos is solve his problems.
Yeah.
He's already got an executive team.
Yeah.
His problems are piled up so high. Everyone wants to be a problem for a billionaire.
Yes.
Right? There's new competition in the market.
Yeah.
And you can extrapolate from there.
Right.
I don't need my assets. Right? I don't need my assets
Causing me.
being the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, well put.
If we thought we saw an ugly side on the European Super League,
Yeah.
do you know what's cool? Because I think international football sucks anyway. We should
Yeah.
cancel it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see billionaires flex.
Yeah.
We're gonna see because best believe I think you put it well just now. We've seen how they really do it. They move together.
Yeah.
They're not gonna come out with a statement.
No.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
nobody's
exactly.
come out with a statement.
Exactly.
Give it after the international break.
Yeah.
Every club it just so happens.
Yes.
Midnight.
Things change.
All 15 Europe's 15 top clubs
Yeah.
release a unilateral message in the position they will take going forward, or something along those lines.
That's it. Yeah, and it's been discussed that it's the best
In the
decision
interest of the game.
in the interest of all parties, all interested
And when is
parties.
the next?
Yeah.
When is the next international week? October. In October, what started then? Champions League and stuff. They're gonna say, no,
Chief.
not a chance.
Sort out your vaccines.
Yeah, so
You know what my favorite is? Because my least favorite human in football at the moment, Seferin, who told everyone when the European Super League was on
Yeah.
that it's about the people
Yes.
and whatever. He's
Goodness.
about to have an awkward conversation with 15 gentlemen he hates.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nothing he can do about it.
Yeah.
He cannot avoid that conversation because he's the face of European football
Yeah.
for now.
But-
What do you do about your relationship with FIFA now? Because
Yeah.
FIFA want Argentina to be happy.
Yes.
FIFA don't care about UEFA.
Yes. Yeah.
Should be never fit.
But also speaking of that, because now Seferin's also got double the trouble because of what happened with England and Hungary.
All right, we'll come back to all of that. I mean, imagine having this guy's job. Just like 15 of the most, let's face it, football's a powerful element, right? It is 15 of the most powerful human beings in the world. After you squash the ESL, Paulo Diaz, right, very Portuguese guy, very, very Portuguese, great swag, but incredibly Portuguese, said immediately, billionaires don't lose. Severin's seen nothing. And you know what? I don't put billionaires on a pedestal. I just know rich people. Like, I'm not rich, I'm extremely poor, but I know rich people. They don't lose. You might get them up front. It's because we play the short game. Middle class people like me, and even then, I'm entering middle class. But we play a short game. Seferin's about to find out. They're not politicians. It's the bottom line. They run countries. They don't think about a football team. They think of football leagues, as we saw. It's a different... Man, it's going to be awesome to see this cretin of a politician squirm. It's going to be awesome. All right, we're going to wrap up the show. I don't know. We'll do something fun on the other side. Maybe take some questions. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe we'll discuss Shimmy's deepest fears. I don't know. I don't know what will come out in the next half an hour or so. The MKT Show. The other side. Good call. Good call. This show is called the MKT Show, and I have had messages and people asking why MKT. It is my initials, and I do intend to make the show always at all times about me. What are you gonna do?
I like that.
What are you gonna do?
The honesty.
No, it's you know you've arrived when you can abbreviate your own name and you can put it behind something.
What are you gonna do?
That's it.
What are
You
gonna
know,
do?
you know what it is.
Own it, baby. Own
I've
it.
never claimed to be talented.
Yeah.
That's not one thing I've ever claimed.
Yeah.
Your name is
But
your
we're
name.
here now.
And your name is your name, right?
No, well, here we
Well,
are.
we're here. No?
Yeah.
It speaks for itself.
I'm not into let's change like the journey to here. I don't want to get into the long grass.
Yeah.
All I know is we're here now.
And when you have a business card, I don't need to see the underneath. Okay, there's the guy's name and what is his position. I look at the back, I see MKT. I don't need no more questions. Yeah,
So we're here. Now.
it is what it is.
We're here now. All right, and
That's why it's a good call.
yeah, there are people that are here with us now, called listeners, viewers, whatever they're doing. I don't know. I imagine this show, because it's probably not great. A lot of people, it's not a sports show. You know, we've spoken about Aloysius Mayamani. I mean, we've really taken it out there. there's a lot of people right now ignoring their girlfriends and boyfriends using this show as that getaway thing, sitting by the pool. You know that whole thing.
Sure.
Sitting
Yeah.
at the bottom of the garden because lockdown's tough.
It's important research.
I don't know if I love anyone enough to spend a lockdown with them on this earth. And, you know, she might say it this way, God bless my mother, but there's no way, right?
Yeah.
And shout out to those couples who had to do it in lockdown. Shout out to you guys. So if you
Good for him, man.
All right, let's move on.
Good for Vinny.
It's incredible scenes.
Who's your doppelganger? You haven't been told yet.
Yeah, no one's really.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. They look
Okay.
like me.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
I've got a sporting one as well, so yeah.
sure.
Go on.
Rajon Rondo.
Exactly.
You look
Yeah.
exactly like a Rajon Rondo.
Championship winner, so whatever.
No, just the looks. You look like it.
No,
Yeah,
but-
you know, a Chrysler 300 looks
You
like
actually are him now.
Yeah,
you embody him.
a Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom.
Didn't you say? Oh, didn't you? Whoa.
Pontius.
He's jealous because I get to play with LeBron. He says, no, we kind of the... Bro, I play with LeBron. You just kind of in the fan club. Like, we actually win championships.
He's living it. He's living it. You can't take that
The
away
whole
from
character.
him.
He's a
Yeah,
method
that's
actor.
it.
No.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, there's another one. Wandi Murakure says, now BP will be selling booze. Interesting times.
Now, I saw that. For those who don't understand, British Petroleum, shout out to them for going. It's not enough that you're driving at night to obviously buy. Because what are guys doing? And
Garage
listen,
pie.
I don't want drunk driving to be happening. I don't want that. Right? But let's face it, around the world, people are doing it. Like,
Yeah.
get over yourself.
Sure.
These people living in the protected world is now we all know what you're doing at a garage at 1 a.m. Terrible pie because I've had 15 beers
Smokes.
and 12 Jaegers, right?
Or smokes.
That's a real thing. Nothing better than a garage pie.
Durex, smokes, and a garage pie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sure.
In that
fact.
order.
It's a
It's
fact.
no lie.
In that order.
It's probably the only time it's not embarrassing to buy condoms.
Yeah.
No, you said it.
What?
Yeah.
Because Saturday at 11, you
Yeah.
can't be getting coriander, 2-liter full cream milk
Yeah.
plus Neturex.
No.
Because
Your mozzarella cheese.
And now you don't have a queue of 3,000 people who are busy judging you like my old lady who just wants milk.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
It's
1
just-
a.m. SCC.
Just no, not Leia. The Magnum.
And you know, they always ask you, which ones? My condom.
Yeah.
So there are people behind you to know what you're buying.
and you know what? So if you are European or living in the first world, it's very different here. Is that and it is one of my nightmares, but I don't really want to get into it. But our service staff in that world are active people.
Yeah.
Like, woo, put I'm good
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they don't see a lot of people at that
Yeah.
time.
I don't know, but I mean in general. They love to, or not even just in general. You're
Yeah.
buying carrots. Oh,
yeah.
we'll get healthy.
Yeah. What are you cooking today?
Is your girlfriend cooking? You know,
I'm sure Salat Yakimnad.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like Germany where they just ring it up and it goes,
goes,
which I wish it was, but okay.
Yeah.
I live in South Africa. It's,
Yeah.
You know, so they'll get konozo tonight when you buy condoms.
So I'm not.
Condoms I have.
Condoms I have. At least we're safe.
It's like, man, I'm here to buy the condoms.
And get the
My
hell out of
goodness,
here.
please. Yeah.
So we've all been there.
How much is it?
what?
I'm
Man.
not crazy, huh? James, you ever bought condoms at a shop? And I don't know if you know what we're talking about, but condoms are an awkward purchase, are they not?
It is one of the most awkward things you can buy. But that being said, I wouldn't know. That's what I've heard from friends and stuff.
He's a good Christian
boyfriend.
boy.
What about that?
Saving himself.
That's
how
what I've
about
heard
that?
from friends and stuff.
Yes, yeah. You've like obviously you with the lads as you guys are praying on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
SL group.
Is it an awkward experience, guys?
Okay, no, fair enough. That's fair. Okay, no, that's good. That's fair. You don't know, but it is just so you know, James. When you are obviously married to your lady before anything happens with any lady, and I hope it is this one. It's looking unlikely, but let's say I hope it is this lady. Just just be aware that the condom purchase is awkward because you'll only start needing them once you're married, right?
Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So just prep yourself. It's not as easy as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's some people might say that's what James's lady's saying about being in a relationship with him.
Yeah. Prep
Where
yourself.
people go, oh, he's so lucky, he's so tall.
Yeah, goodness.
His beard's so nice.
He's such a sweet guy.
She says, it's not as easy.
It's not as it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nothing is ever as it seems.
It's not as easy as it seems. All right. What else we got there?
Oh, no, just quickly, just to go down to the last one. Ndumiso Masango says, no, Senzo, it was a celebration to break the record. It wasn't conveniently so he gets suspended. No, he had broken his own record before. 1-1 was to break the record. 2-1 was to win the game. So the record was already his. But you tell me Ronaldo does not know.
Who doesn't get emotional 95th minute?
No, my
goal?
man. It does,
Shit.
you tell me that he does not know that he's suspended. You get a yellow card, man, you're not playing.
Yeah. And then do something as blatant as take off your top.
Exactly.
That's the most blatant way
To celebrate a goal.
Knowing Gucci you're one yellow card away.
You know what I mean? And he had already broken the record. He scored many game winners, but it's only Ireland.
Yeah.
So, I want to Chief. I'll be
With
back
all
in
due
Manchester.
respect.
Okay, I'll leave that between you and the comment section. You know.
No, but I'm just clarifying.
No, that's fine. That's
I watched the
He's
game.
not here to now go back at you. So,
Yeah.
what else we got in the comment section?
They said, yes. Lulama Kawaga goes, Sansa and Shimi, you're a brave man like a bump.
I am a brave man, so that's fair. We can move on.
Vincenzo Company.
Of course I am.
Hey, you got fans, man. Pimo says, sure, Vincenzo Company.
Yeah.
And then,
So actually, speaking of that, Shimi, there was a stage where you're looking like Teo Cruz. You look a little lighter now.
Yeah. I look lighter.
Yeah, because you've gone. Teo Cruz had some, you know,
Pigmentation
going
going on.
melanin.
Yeah.
And you used to look more like Teo Cruz.
Yeah.
Are you on a skin treatment? What's
I discovered the beauties of sunscreen. Sunscreen will do that.
also lockdown, you weren't allowed to leave your house.
No,
get
but
older.
not like this.
Yeah.
You're playing boy.
He's now
Just
looking.
sunscreen, chief.
I'm sure it's
Sunscreen, boy.
bleaching.
So,
I'll introduce you, bro. Let's go out. It's good for you.
so
Bleaching.
we might as well go here since we're here. Shimi is dating a lady who is mixed race. So it's going to be tough for for all of your skin products. You won't know which one to reach out for now as you get lighter. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Do you know? I don't think that's rude to say. I think
Skin products.
But a wise
eh?
man, to quote,
It's just face wash, isn't it?
but there's face wash for different skin tones. And
Absolutely.
you are looking more like Vincent Kompany now.
No. We both just use this one face wash.
Well, now you're the
They
same.
put him on because they
Now
put him
you're
on.
the same complexion.
Because they put him on.
It works, dog. It works. I wouldn't
Because they
expect you to
put him on.
understand. Standards on for everyone. I don't know if you've heard that one.
He's gonna be telling you now, no, bro, it's not SPF 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's say, guys, I went to the beach.
It's papers for the cheap stuff. I'll put you on.
right.
That's what do they call it in South Africa? Light skin privilege, right?
Exactly.
But Shimi, I agree with you. Standards on
Yellow bone.
That's it.
Because here's Shimi now for like moving forward. Say, bro, me and my lady went to the beach. Oh, cool. That must have been fun because you just you pack your bag and go to the beach.
Yeah.
Mission. Like the skin.
We
the
ran out
routine.
of we
routine.
ran out of sunblock and then we went to the disc camp and then have our stuff.
So what do you?
So we couldn't go.
You
I
couldn't
like
go.
what you're saying
Got burnt to brittle, my man.
I
Burnt.
love where you were going there. The
Routine.
So what, there's a pre-beach routine now because as your skin gets lighter.
And then you have to watch around 12 o'clock. That's when the sun is at its hottest.
Shout out to this guy. He's gonna have a skincare, YouTube.
Even if there's
YouTube
even if
channel.
there's cloud cover,
Yeah.
you think that the sun
Get
is not
that hell
hitting
out
you.
of here.
It's hitting you. So
Here's the thing. I'm so proud of you for transitioning from being Teo Cruz to Vincent Kompany as a whole. Because what people have to understand is once you go from darker skin to lighter skin, that's a process.
Yeah, it's not easy.
You don't just wake up, one day you were Teo Cruz, the next day you're Vincent
No.
Kompany.
Ask Michael
no.
Jackson. Well, he's not here for us.
Again, a process.
Yeah.
Right? So, and for you to embrace it like that is...
Amen. Amen.
incredible.
It's not for everyone, but try it at least once. I'll try everything at least once.
Try getting lighter at least once.
Try everything at least twice, actually.
Incredible stuff. All right, Shimani, you're a United fan. You wanted to talk a little bit about some a fanatical institution
Yes.
in Zuid
Yes.
Africa
Yes.
before we wrap things up. Who are they? What are they? What do they do? Why
Okay.
should I care?
Long story short, it's a group of Manchester United supporters. They're trying to sort of revive the idea of an official supporters club in Johannesburg or in South Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, the guys have just come together, shared some ideas. We'll be hosting some games around Johannesburg. In fact, Old Parks.
Yes.
In Randburg.
Yeah, I'd never leave the
area.
northern suburbs to go to Randburg, but
Sure.
I do know where it is.
So there's a place called Old Parks. We host games there sometimes, and they have a Facebook page. Follow MUFC Fanatics SA.
Yeah.
So that's 2 S's and then SA. Maybe we can share it with the people. But yeah, Man United supporters, just come watch the game with the guys, and we're just gonna be building up, a following, community,
Nice.
doing some charitable work. Yeah,
Good. I followed the account today, the Twitter account. Today.
yeah, that's the
And then I'm gonna
MUFC
follow the
Fanatics.
face.
Yeah,
You know,
very
I'm there
active
like a
on that.
bear. You should be there for the Chelsea game.
No, absolutely not. I mean,
Do you guys have a
all
choice
of the
support?
scum in Johannesburg has found each other.
All
Let me go
together
there.
in one.
Like, all, I mean, I'm not handsome, but I'm not stupid.
No, but I know.
I get it. Like, my face says ugly, stupid. No.
Yeah. Don't be
I'm ugly,
fooled.
not stupid.
Not everything is as it is. As
So-
it seems.
But you got the R&B beard, as Paulo said. People Bryson.
Chinelo.
Yes, look at him. This guy.
He's rebranding,
My
bruh.
man.
He's rebranding.
Changing the face of broadcasting, rebranding.
My leader.
MKT.
Triple
Ah,
threat.
come on,
That's
man.
a triple threat, boy.
You're done. You've done it.
Come on.
Come on with it. This
All
guy.
right.
Okay, MK.
You know, I thought, you know, one of my best friends ever, bring him on the show. Love speaking to him. Love having him around. It's descended into chaos at the end here, and I guess much like life and most relationships, it's so good in the beginning. I'm alive. I'm part of it. It's new. I love you. But it's descended into chaos. It's a mess. It wasn't worth it. It was a bad investment having Shimmy here, and you know, my emotions are everywhere, and I'll certainly, sort of percolate that over the weekend. But Shimmy, I have to say this because of broadcasting. It was great to have you in, pal. Can't wait to have you back. I can't imagine. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'll make
Sure.
some calls off air.
No, thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys. I had a lot of fun. It was a great workshop. Yeah.
Senzo, great week, pal. Great to have you in.
Thanks, bro.
And it was awesome. So let's go waste our. You know, maybe we can enjoy it. You know, actually, for you, Shimmy, I'm glad for your partner this weekend. You can actually go and spend some time with her.
Yeah.
International
She's-
break.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of time actually on my hands this weekend.
Sorry to hear.
Don't know what to do. Yeah, look, there's probably a couple of things I need to put in order. Spring cleaning,
Yes.
rearrange some of the stuff in my grocery cupboards in alphabetical order. Important things around the house that I've just been putting off for too long.
Got you. And listen, take this advice. Don't take it. I know you're getting a little bit lighter now, so you're probably becoming more empathetic. Is that do not go to house parties any pool parties this weekend where it's just black people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, pool parties, eh?
Ensure that there is a white quota
Sure.
who will ensure that Nyaswima.
But
Yeah.
he's looking more and more like it. Like, he has to go.
No, that's what I'm
with-
saying.
yeah.
He's the bridge between both.
You need the
at moment.
balance. You need the balance.
Do not,
Yeah.
but also not just white guys, because again, swimming garden,
Yeah,
you might as well
exactly.
bring a
Sure.
swimming cap.
So in general, though, just don't,
Give
not
us
just
the
this
Nelson-
weekend.
You know, we got to label it.
You know,
Nelson Mandela pool
Sure.
party. What that means is
Rainbow,
Rainbow Nation.
Rainbow Nation.
Yeah, because swag cool.
Yeah.
But chief, this come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
All right.
We can't have your hair being a problem for you not being able to swim at a
Yeah,
pool party.
come
Oh
on,
my
come on.
But then white
Strings start
oaks,
flowing.
I don't need to see backstrike. Mark.
Yeah, come on.
I don't
Why
need-
we racing?
Butterfly
guys?
medley. You don't need to see an
Yeah.
individual medley.
I don't want to see great butterfly technique
Yeah.
at a pool party.
No, we're all the men. We're having a race. Come on, guys.
You
We're
just want
having-
to
we're here for a
chill.
good
You just
time.
want to be in there in the pool with your drink.
Because
and
the
drink.
black guys need to have the aux cable.
Yes.
Yeah, because white guys
You want
don't know what
fighting
they're
for
doing.
the aux cable?
I don't give that. Give the black guys the aux cable.
Right.
And then the white guys create the right vibe with the swimming thing.
And then they go in the pool.
See, I mix,
and then,
by that time, you know.
sure.
Then
So-
they lilos and people actually on the lilos with the
You
drinky
see.
drink. You know, yeah.
And then they go in the pool as well. They're not just there to be on the lilo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's concluded that we need each other. We need each other, no matter where you're from, no matter how much lighter your skin is now than before lockdown. We need each other, ladies and gentlemen. The MKT Show. I am MKT. It's been a pleasure to have my good friends with me, and it's been a pleasure to have you with me. But for now, we are the hell out of here.